Tripods. I remember when I first got introduced to them, I scratched my head. I was like, what do we have here? Is this really practical? It took me time to get used to them. I went out hunting with Tyler from Ultimate Night Vision. I was shooting free-handed, and he was shooting off of the Zero Delta Head S at the time. And he was making some amazing shots. Meanwhile, I'm over here free-handed, trying to follow up on some pigs, and he was killing more pigs than me. And I was just like, I was really frustrated. I was like, there's no way he's a better shot than me. But on the tripod, he was. You're way more stable off the tripods. This video isn't trying to sell you guys these things. I just want you guys to know how they work, how we use them, and how it helped us improve in the field. I think they're great. I really think they're great, but they have their place. So what I'm gonna do here is a I'm gonna do 3 parts on these tripods. So part 1 is gonna be the Kopf-Jaeger Reaper grip. Part 2 would be the Zero Delta Head S. Part 3 will be the Kopf-Jaeger Reaper rail. I actually used to have a tripod for this one, and I broke it. We're gonna talk about that. What I'm using here are Slick Pro 700 DX tripods, okay? These 2 are the same models. I actually had 3. This one is shorter than the other one. I have no idea why. They're fully extended, same models. So this one here, you can see the head is up a little bit higher than the Kopf-Jaeger Reaper grip. But in this video, we're gonna talk about the Reaper grip, okay? And then part 2 will be the Zero Delta Head S. Part 3 will be the Kopf-Jaeger Reaper rail. Let's talk about it. You guys are gonna have to work with me here. I'm trying to get a break from the wind behind the shop, so that's why you hear the doors banging back and forth. But what we have here is the Kopf-Jaeger Reaper grip. This is the original one that I've started with. Actually, this is the second one, but this is the first tripod setup that I was using. The first one grew legs. I have no idea what happened, but this is my newest one, and I love it. I love all 3 of my tripods, but they have their place, okay? And I'm going to talk about this in these videos. I'm going to show you guys here how this system works. So here we have a tensioner knob, okay? This tension knob here will tighten up how your rotation is, okay? It does nothing else. The tighter it is, the stiffer the rotation will be, okay? I usually leave it kind of loose because it's already kind of stiff. On the other side, you have a knob here. This knob, you pull and release. You'll pull, if I can get it, oh, I'm sorry. You have to get it to go in. So there's these little, there's a hole somewhere here inside the head. And this will lock into it. See, there it goes. It locked in there. That is how you remove the head from the tripod. But right now, we don't want to do that. So I have it kind of tight. You pull it out, and now the head moves freely, okay? The main part is the grip. We have the grip here. You can see where it's kind of contoured. This is metal on the inside, but we have a rubber, we'll just say like some type of rubber padding here. That way it's not abrasive on your AR or abrasive on your bolt gun. This moves left and right. Very similar to the hog saddle, okay? You spin this knob here on the side and you'll sandwich your rifle in there. I'll pull a rifle out and I'll put it in there. As you can see here on the side, we'll just spin this, and that's what tightens and loosens the grip on the rifle, okay? Here we have the tightening, I'll just say lever, okay? Right is to loosen it up, left is to tighten it, okay? I usually don't leave this really loose. I kind of give it a little bit of pressure on there. This is where you're going to be able to control your tilt, okay? This is where the rifle will tilt up and down, Okay, this has nothing to do with your rotation because that's where this tensioner knob here comes in play. I usually leave that kind of loose. But this right here is where it controls up and down. I never put my hands on here. I see a lot of people shooting off of these things and they put their hands here. I learned a little technique from watching Sandman Pew Pew, Amir, over on Instagram. And he actually puts his hand here on the tripod, but that's another discussion. You only want to use this to tighten and loosen your tilt, okay? Here on the other side, there's another knob that has nothing to do with the way the head operates, okay? Let me go grab a rifle. We'll put it in there, and then I'll show you guys how it goes in. Alrighty, so what I have here is my 6.5. This is my Long Rifles Inc. My shorty, I have to say. So I'll just loosen this up. I will sit the bolt gun here and got the action open just to show you guys that we're safe. And you just sit your rifle in there, okay? I don't like to go too crazy on, see right there, that's enough. I don't like to get too tight on this. I'm gonna turn this towards the camera, that way you guys can see what's going on here, how this works. You see we have a full grip here. I'm gonna tell you guys why I don't like to get too tight. So, on this tripod setup, once you have this thing extremely tight on here, you can't adjust cant if you go too crazy. So what I like to do is just get it on there just tight enough to where this rifle isn't gonna fall out of the grip, okay? While it's in there, I can still move the rifle. You see what I'm saying? I can still move it left and right and control my cant. I'll be honest with you guys, at 500 yards, even 1,000 yards, cant really isn't an issue. But if you're recording, or if you're one of those, you know, I gotta have everything perfect type of guy, you know, you can make those adjustments, but cant really doesn't come into play at those types of range, you know, at that type of range. But anyways, that's what you could do to adjust the cant if you run into that type of problem. Don't have the grip too far forward on the rifle. You want it as you want it as centered as possible. That way you have a good balance on the rifle and you're not having too much weight too far forward or too far in the rear, okay? This rifle doesn't weigh that much, but I do have rifles that are in the 18 to 20 pound range, and if you don't have it balanced, you can feel it's not steady on the tripod. So it's just better to have it here dead center on a rifle. The same way with the ARs. That is what's great about this Reaper grip. It's versatile. You can use this on an AR or you could use this on a bolt gun. The only time I use this now is with a bolt gun. It's not abrasive on my stock. It holds it in there just right. The Reaper rail I can use for my ARs, and the Zero Delta Head S I can use for my ARs as well. But I can't use them for the bolt guns, okay? I love it. I really do love this setup. It's extremely steady. I've reached out to 900 yards shooting off of this, and I did it multiple times. I have a video up on my Instagram, and right now I'm losing light again. But I wish I could shoot right now. I might be able to squeeze in a video for you guys. But anyways, I love using this tripod setup. So most of the time when we're on stalks, and I'm gonna have to show you guys another video. I might be able to do this in part 3 and show you guys how we get this thing set up and start stalking pigs. Sometimes the rifle is exactly like this, and we will walk with the tripods, okay? I don't know the exact weight on this. I will get a weight for you guys in the part 2. It doesn't weigh that much. Now, if you're up in the mountains hunting elk or mountain goats or whatever, it probably isn't that type of setup you want to use. It could get heavy in your pack. But out here in Texas, wherever you're at, Louisiana, Arkansas, I don't care where you have pigs at, if you're just stalking a pig 100, 200 yards, it's not that bad. It really isn't that bad. It's not that big of an issue. But it's a great tool to have in the field, because if you miss a shot without it, you're going to come up with all kinds of excuses. If you're shooting off of a tripod, you shouldn't have any excuses. So I really do love this. Let me get a plate set up, and maybe I can get you guys a shot real quick and show you guys how I shoot off this tripod. You guys are gonna kill me. The last time I did a video, I loaded up the plates and took it home and did not bring them back out here with me. So I don't even have a target to shoot at, and I'm losing light really quick again. So what I like to do is I'll have the tripod with me. I will have the legs fully extended, ready to go. I have it collapsed like this. I'll start walking out here looking for these animals, mostly pigs. I will go ahead and get the tripod set up. I'll get it squared up with me. I'll have the 2 legs here in the rear and that 1 leg towards the front. I'll look for them. I'll scan with the thermal. Bam, I detected, found them. And I will go ahead and get the rifle ready. I've already killed 3 coyotes with this setup. Drop the rifle into place. Go ahead and put a little pressure on the stock. All right, that's good enough. I run PVS 30 here on the front with the PEC 15. Okay, I'll get squared up behind it. I don't like putting pressure on the handle here. I like to put the pressure here. Again, I learned this from Amir on Instagram. If you put pressure up here, I found that the rifle tends to want to hop back. You just don't have a solid platform. But when you put pressure here, the rifle is going to be down on the ground and solid. So then I'll look around for the animal. Again, if you want to adjust your tilt here, you got full tilt. Rotation will always be there because of that tensioner knob right there is loose. I'll go ahead and find the animal. Get squared up. That's it. That's how it goes down. Love this setup, especially for the bolt guns. Like I said, it's a good setup for the bolt guns. Part 2, we'll talk about the 0 Delta Head S, and we'll put an AR on there, and I'll show you guys how it runs with that. And then part 3, we will do the Reaper rail. You'll see the difference between the Reaper rail and the 0 Delta Head S. If you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe, and we'll try to get some more videos going.